Hello everybody, this is Cholera, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to none other than Reach versus Bisu! That's right, in the Pro League 2 days ago, these two titans of Protoss met each other, and here we're going to watch what happened between these two. Reach on the left, of course, playing for the first time in a year in a 1v1 match, and playing for the very first time for Air Force Ace. He's, of course, been in the Air Force. He's been busy saving civilization, while Bisu has been busy in the salon and winning MSLs, but that's beside the point. Bisu is the best player in the world right now. He is going to be yellow at the 6 o'clock location, Reach in green at the 3 o'clock location. This is Neo Requiem, and what can I say about this match? Reach. He was seriously the person who changed the tides and allowed someone other than Slayer's Boxer to win things. This is what the situation was like back in 2002 when you kids were all 11 years old. There was no player in the world who could face up against Boxer, and then out of nowhere, suddenly, coming from a nuclear explosion, arises the manliest StarCraft player ever to exist, Reach, and he took down Slayer's Boxer in the OSL finals. As is his one Star League finals, one Star League medal is taking down none other than Slayer's Boxer at his prime. But since then, he has of course been the Mantoss, known for not only beating Slayer's Boxer, but for his immaculate Zealot control and very good Storm control also, and he's actually a strong macro player, but mainly he's known for his Zealots, which I call manlots, because they are just so manly. They take down 10 times what a normal Zealot can do, and, you know, they're just absolutely amazing. Bisu, he's okay too. You know, he just happens to be, the best player in the world right now. Bisu at the 6 o'clock location. Statistically, both players are actually quite close against Protoss. Reach's best matchup is against Protoss. He is 37 and 27, 58%. Bisu's best lineup is not against Protoss, against Zerg, but his against Protoss is 59% from a record of 36 and 25. Reach and Bisu both scouting in the wrong directions, probably going to meet possibly in the middle here on Neo Requiem. I expect this to be a relatively quick game with quick openings, because Neo Requiem is not a macro-heavy map. You really do not have the luxury to sit in your base and defend. I think this is going to play well for Reach. You know, Reach is just a little bit out of practice, but, you know, who can blame him? You know, for those of you guys who are saying, oh, Reach is, you know, he's out of form, you know, he hasn't played for a long time. Oh, we're gonna see some manlots, by the way. There's a 2-gate from Reach. Well, you know, I'm sorry, but Reach has been just busy saving Korea from, you know, destruction. I mean, Reach has literally been busy, if you haven't noticed, catching nuclear weapons from the air with his bare hands and throwing them into the Sea of Japan. I mean, South Korea hasn't been nuked because of Reach. Basically, Park Jun-soo has basically been catching nuclear weapons, while Kim Tae-young has been busy, you know, combing his hair. But anyway, no disrespect to Bisu. I would favor Bisu. I would want Bisu to win any matchup, pretty much, other than against Reach. And here, we're going to see the scouting probe come from Bisu. Reach, of course, Reach's first manlot, of course, is so manly that the probe can't get into the base. That is obviously going to be true. And Bisu is not going to have any idea that Reach has gone for the 2-gate. Reach also going for gas. Oh man, I can't even commentate this game. It is so... I am just so pumped about this game. Man, alright. Bisu going for the Cybernetics core. Reach has 2 gates before Bisu's 1 gate, so Reach is going to have a slightly stronger Zealot force, and I'm not sure when Reach is going to send his manlots through, but I expect these manlots to fully serve their potential and do massive damage. I expect basically those 3 manlots to destroy everything. Basically, Reach has already won the game because he's gotten 3 Zealots up, and it doesn't matter if Bisu has, you know, 5 Dragoons. I mean, those manlots will just tear them apart. Anyway, Reach still keeping Bisu in the dark here. And man, just Reach. I mean, seriously, taking the world by the balls. The first game you play in a year of not playing one-on-ones is going to be against Bisu, the best player in the world. I mean, that is just manliness for you. Anyway, Reach's manlots now approaching Bisu's base. Bisu now going to get a scout in. He knows what's going on, but he is scared. I assure you, Bisu might look calm if a camera shot to him. Yeah, it looks calm, but inside his heart is racing like 500 beats per minute, because these are not Zealots approaching him. He knows they're manlots. He's borrowed them in the past to defeat players, and he knows he's going to be facing the real thing. And here's Reach with his manlots inside of Bisu's base. He's attacking one of the pylons. And look at this. He's already gotten a probe. Bisu, in big trouble here. He's got Dragoons out, actually, so he's going to be able to micro here against the Zealots pretty well, but Reach doing good damage to some of these Zealots. Reach with some nice Zealot micro there. He's going to pick off a Zealot. No, Reach's first Dragoon's coming out here. Reach already doing a lot of damage. Bisu doing decent damage with his Dragoons. Good micro from Dragoons, from those Dragoons. Oh, Reach with a man pylon inside of the mineral lines of Bisu. That's going to slow Bisu down a little bit. Reach just so aggressive in this game. Reach coming up with his Dragoons, picking off one of the Zealots of Bisu. Bisu dancing away those girly Dragoons of his, and Reach could take down that second Dragoon right now. He's going to take down another Dragoon. Bisu forced to use his probes once again to defend, but looks like Reach is actually going to be pushed back here. Reach having expended all of his manlots. He did some damage to Bisu, although I wonder if his massive amount of testosterone and his aggressiveness may have cost him a little bit, because he is going to be up behind here on his Dragoon count. Bisu pumping out of his 2 gateways there, pumping straight Dragoons. Both players are going to be pumping straight Dragoons here, and neither player can afford to lose their ramp. I think Bisu might be done with his range upgrade a little bit before Reach's, and I think both players are going to be going for a very aggressive Dragoon game here. I don't think either will be going for tech anytime soon. They're just too vulnerable at this point. And man, did you see some of that Mantoss, Manlot micro there? Managing to keep those Zealots alive, kill all of Bisu Zealots, and at least one probe. I mean, here, third gateway going up for Bisu. Bisu usually doesn't go for 3-gate rushes, but he's intimidated, I tell you. He is intimidated. He can't build a Reaver because of how manly Reach is. Reach is just scared the crap out of him. He's going to go 3-gate against Reach. Reach looks like he's done with his upgrade there for his range, and he's pumping just out of 2 gateways. I do hope he's ready for this, though. Here comes Bisu, 2 Zealots and 5 Dragoons versus 7 Dragoons for Reach. Reach targeting the Dragoons of Bisu. Nice micro here from Reach. Actually, Reach needs to be careful. He doesn't get his Dragoon split apart. Another Dragoon going to go down for Bisu. Reach with the advantage here, I think. No, actually, Reach without the advantage here. Looks like he lost 2 Dragoons at least there, and Reach going to take down this Zealot right now. Looks like Bisu 2-on-2 action here. Bisu with some reinforcements coming, though. Looks like Bisu has actually gotten Reach's ramp. This is not good for Reach here. Reach not as manly with Dragoons, because Dragoons are not a very manly unit. He should be making just all Zealots right now. And anyway, looks like Bisu is taking down more Dragoons of Reach. Reach forced to pull his probes here. Not looking good for Reach, but we got some man probes here. Reach should just stick with his melee units. Real men don't use ranged units. And looks like Reach, in an attempt to show that he's well-rounded, may have lost his game because he's building Dragoons. Reach still looking as manly as ever, though. Someone once asked me who would win in a fist fight, Reach or Bisu, one of my viewers, and my answer was Reach would beat the entire SKT1 team, okay? And then Frozian added up on top of it, and he would also then sleep with January, Samson Khan's coach. But anyway, looks like Reach forced to pull his probes. Doesn't matter. Reach may lose this game, but he's going to win the war against Terror. Reach, look at him. He knows the manly thing to do right now is to stay until the end and lose all your probes, and Reach is going to do that. All right, this is very sad. This is a sad day for Protoss. The handsome toss wins the game, but the Mantoss leaves with his pride intact. He certainly caused a lot of damage in the beginning with the Zealots. That's all I'm going to say. And right now, Reach can go and lift up his entire booth and throw it at Bisu for all he cares, but he's so manly that he's going to save his energy for defending North Korea. Sorry, defending against North Korea, defending South Korea against anything that comes from the air. Kim Tae-young looking happy. Of course, he dodged a gigantic man-sized bullet there by beating Reach. This is a single game that I'm going to be commentating, but stay tuned for other games that I'll be commentating throughout these days. Bisu, yeah, you little smiling kid, you. Go smile some more. Reach, just look at him. The ground is shaking underneath his sneakers there. Reach, don't feel bad. This is your first game, and you've managed to come close to beating Bisu. And Bisu, talking to I Love Uvi is like, oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't have to face Reach today. And Reach showing that he is still manly as ever. And just look at that manly smirk there. Anyway, I'm not going to go on too much before I get too excited here. But Bisu has beaten Reach. It's all right. World's still gonna still going to hold together because of Reach saving the world. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed my very unbiased commentary between these two players. And I am very happy, by the way, that Reach will be given the opportunity, on a serious note, to play a lot of 1v1 teams. He is on Air Force Ace, which is going to lose Boxer at the end of December, and Reach will probably take his place as the captain of this team. Reach was the captain of KTF prior to this. They're his best. I mean, I'm sorry, but one of Reach's arms weighs more than Best does, okay? I mean, Best, he might be good at Protoss, yeah, but I'm sorry, grow some muscles, kid. And Reach, incredibly aggressive this game, going in for that fast sell-out attack, and perhaps just a little bit over-aggressive, you may say, but let me say something. Over-aggressiveness in the defense of Liberty is no vice, and certainly Reach was defending all of mankind against Bisu there, and certainly scared the crap out of Bisu, I bet, with that man pylon. He's like, oh my god, I'm not going to go for fast observers because I'm facing Reach. Do you notice that? Yeah, Bisu didn't go for fast observers like he does in 99.9% of his games because he realized he needed a third gateway just to keep up with Reach. And Reach at the end, of course, the only mistake was switching to Dragoons. He should have stayed with Zealots and Probes the entire game, and he would have won. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. This is Cholera with the Man Commentary. Thanks for watching.